So the CPU is kind of going up. It's at 13 and it finally shows. I'm like, wait, no, the stream is not ending. It is starting. I apologize for that. I did not mean to do that. I did not just notice that. I just noticed that. So, yeah, I'm streaming a bit earlier. And I don't know. Honestly, this was kind of good. Like, alright, so you notice I've changed this up a bit. I've added a new font. I think the new font is looking snazzy. Tell me what y'all think in the chat, I guess. I quite like it. I don't know about you all, but so we've been live for about 1 minute. I might go for longer this time. It just depends because my dad will be home in 30 minutes, and then actually, I might try and go for a bit longer. So we're gonna go back. I'm gonna start up the game while we're waiting for people to get in, but I don't know who is going to get in. I highly doubt anyone's gonna get in, but who knows? Someone might come in. Oh, someone views. Is the stream health good? Stream is health. Alright, stream health is good. Alright. Keeping the analytics. I'm gonna wait for a few more minutes and see if anyone comes in, and then yeah. Thing is, I don't know how busy people are tonight. Wait, is someone actually viewing, or is it just me and my phone? Probably just my phone. Alright, just saying I'm streaming, but the CPU's at 30, and I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing. It probably is. I don't know. It's going down. The frames per second are really going down. It's at 20. I've been trying to keep it at 30, but it doesn't seem to like 30 too much. I don't know if I need to go down or if I need to go up. Because my laptop is really not having this. It's really not liking this at all. And that kind of worries me. It really does. I don't know. I might as well start. It looks like 2 people are in here. I guess I may as well start, but okay, I've started up the thing. Alright, let's go in full screen. Let's load our... Alright, so the game's kind of lagging a bit. Alright, so I guess let's go back. We just met Heather. Alright, so a bit of a recap. So a bit of a recap before we actually go on. So we opened a book. Out comes this girl named Nyla. We figured out that she wants to kill her mom. We went into this house. Got attacked by this thing. I don't know what it was. It was this big giant hand with a bunch of eyeballs. And then we met Heather. So yeah. That's where we were at. Let's continue on, I guess. I mean, I don't know if anyone's actually watching or if they're just here. Alright, so this is what she has said. I'm pretty sure we read this last time on the last night's stream, but I'm gonna read it so we can recap. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. Perhaps we should take a seat. I'll answer any question you have to the best of my abilities. That would be very helpful. Yes. That didn't go so well the first time, but Heather doesn't seem like she's going to pull any stunts like that. Heaven forbid, at least, provided there is a heaven. The two of us move to take a seat in the living room. Once we're situated, Heather turns to look at me. What would you like to ask me, Master? Where is this place? Who are you? Do you call everyone Master? So you and Nyla. Let's figure out that. So, about you and Nyla. Heather just sighs and puts her head in her hands. What about her? What is that all about? She takes a heavy and deep breath as she lifts her head. I find her unpleasant. I can see why. I can really see why she thinks she's unpleasant. Nyla is very much into chaos, disorder, and insanity. I prefer things to be in order. I have a duty to serve and guard my master. To my death, if I must. Our philosophies in that regard are well. Hang on. We're going to situate us on the rocking chair. I'm not turning on the camera because I don't. Yeah. Our philosophies in that regard are, well, very incompatible. We don't get along. If you ordered me to kill her, I dare say I'd be delighted to obey. Well, that's interesting. I don't think I could order a murder, though. Wouldn't say, well... Hang on, go back. Alright, so... You ordered me to kill her, I dare say I'd be delighted to obey. Well, that's interesting. I don't think I could order a murder, though. Wouldn't sit well on my conscience. I'll keep that in mind. Alright, so... when do you call everyone Master? Apologies if this is a rude question, but do you call everyone Master? Absolutely not. I would only call you that, as you are my master. Please do not mistake me for some kind of public servant or maid. I didn't mean it like that. I just failed to see how I'm your master. You've encountered unusual things that no human would ever encounter. No? I'm surprised how you know that, but I nod slowly. You're very different compared to others on the earth. You're my master. Someday I think you will understand. I'll have to take her word for it. Where is this place? Who are you? Who are you exactly? Who are you exactly? I would like it if you called me Heather. I'm not the strongest of gods, but I take care of this house. I have long awaited my master's arrival. I travel between here and a location on Earth known as the Lighthouse. Is Heather not your real name? No. However, I do not typically share my real name with anyone. Maybe I will tell you someday in the future. Hopefully we'll find out. Right, so where is this place? Where is this place exactly? I suppose it's a fair question. After all, this is your first exposure to it, no? This place has been home to elder gods since this universe was created. Anything above a certain level of power exists within this plane. There's another plane that also exists on Earth, which for simplicity's sake I'll call the Lighthouse. Lesser gods and what you might call odd creatures live there instead. Perhaps sometime I will show you that location. I see. But why is this house here, then, if only elder gods live here? A human male came up here once, so this place was made as a residence for him. I believe he's known as a rider to humans. I hesitate at the description. Creative, clever, good with words, also a complete jerk. I've heard all of these descriptors used for this person. H.P. Lovecraft by any chance? I do believe that is his name. He wrote a lot about insanity and gods and deformed, crazy creatures. How interesting. I can't tell if she's being sarcastic. I suppose it's one way to introduce our existence to other humans, though I doubt they believe it. It's considered horror fiction. She just nods quietly, appearing contemplative. So, other elder gods, huh? Do others live in the house aside from you? Heather makes a face. Typically, no. But Nyla does sometimes show up. I consider those days to be unpleasant. I can see it, because if you have an insane housemaster, I honestly do not think you're going to be liking that too much. Wait. Oh, what? Oh, wait, never mind. Alright. She's not here right now? She went to bother someone else, I suppose. Either way, if you choose to stay here now, you'll be very welcome company. If you wish to go home, however, I request that I be allowed to accompany you, Master. I have spent so long waiting and searching for you. I'm glad we have finally been... No, go back. I'm glad we have finally been brought together. So I've asked her, where is this place? Who are you? Why do you call everyone Master? So you know, no more questions. Alright. I really don't have a lot of questions. I suppose there is one small inquiry, though. Nyla mentioned something about, killing her mom. Heather's eyes narrow slightly in thought. Arya, Nyla's mom. Arya is a rather infamous amongst the gods. She sleeps at the center of the universe. Many gods have sacrificed their lives to keep her asleep. Were she to wake up, this whole universe could be destroyed or even simply blink out of existence. Ooh, whoa. That's a lot of power for any one person or thing to have. Jeez. Is that why Nyla wants me to kill her? No. Nyla just likes the idea of chaos. She's a demon child. But that makes a lot of sense, actually. Nyla looks like she would be a demon child. Alright. I see. I, however, also think you should kill Arya. You too? Why? If you were to kill Arya, you would gain her powers. I have reason to believe that this would be able to greatly stabilize the universe. Plus, there is evidence to believe that Arya could wake up soon. If you were to kill her, well, the universe might be spared. There is a chance that the predictions are wrong, of course, but this isn't something this isn't something wise to gamble with. I nod slowly, my throat a little dry. So, that's how it is. I will not force you to kill her, however. As much as I would like it if you would, I realize that such a task is not only difficult, but might be considered immoral by many. I give another nod, a quick one this time. I need to think about it. There is no hurry. If it were to happen, it might not even occur within your lifetime. Might not. That's not comforting. I finished my tea. Thanks for explaining, at least. Nyla wasn't very clear with her answers. Unsurprising. Nyla will most likely return later in the morning. I do believe, however, you should get some sleep before then. Your sleep did not seem particularly restful earlier. You were rolling around and whimpering. I was? That's a little embarrassing. Oh well, Nyla showed me some kind of scary stuff when I questioned her godhood. I still can't get those sights out of my mind. Heather frowns. Sorry you went through that. I can ensure that Nyla will not disrupt your sleep. I will guard you. Part of me isn't sure I want someone watching me sleep. Part of me knows that Nyla would probably mess with my dreams if Heather didn't stop her. A necessary evil, I suppose. That'd be great. Thanks. I live to serve, Master. I nod and stand back up, moving towards the sink to put the cup away. Heather catches up with me. I will clean this for you. Head on to sleep. You've had an eventful day. She's not wrong. Thank you. With a small bow of her head and a slight curtsy, she heads back off into the kitchen to watch the teacup she had given me. I linger for a few moments, but eventually I return to the master bedroom. Alright. You'll never stop me! Die, you insufferable pest! Whoa! Oh! Oh my! I'm surprised I didn't hear any of that. Oh! Hmm. It's a lot of yelling and breaking. It's a lot of yelling and breaking and a breaking lamp that I wake up to. I didn't think a lamp could shatter twice. Yet here we are. I stir weakly and take a moment to recall where I am. Yesterday was the first day in years that I could genuinely call surprising. However, when I see Nyla bouncing from wall to wall and Heather wielding a massive scythe in an attempt to cut her down, I wouldn't say I'm exactly surprised. Annoyed, yes, but not surprised. Must you be so loud? My words cause them both to pause and look my way. The room is a mess. There are scythe marks carved deep into the wall. As stated, the lamp is once again broken on the floor. There is a toppled over dresser, too, in the other corner of the room. Heather immediately puts her scythe away. I apologize, Master. I was trying to keep Nyla from waking you up. I muted all the sound in the room. You failed, though! Some guard you are. Can't even summon from... Oof! Nyla's word cut off as Heather plants her boot right into and then on top of Nyla's face. So Nyla can avoid multiple swings from a massive scythe, and yet she can't avoid the wrath of Heather's heel. That's worth nothing. Master, please grant me permission to kill Nyla. I'm a few steps away from begging you. She's also one little step away from caving in Nyla's face. Not now, Heather. I really am not fond of violence. However, I get the impression Nyla will take advantage of it if I don't make it a different excuse. It'd be too hard to get her god blood out of the carpet. It's not worth that effort. Just let it be for now. Heather seems a little disappointed, but she immediately removes her boot from Nyla's face. She opens her mouth to say something, but I quickly interrupt. If you try and cause more problems, I won't stop her next time. Killjoy. I don't see what Heather sees in you. I get the impression that you and Heather rarely see the same thing, so to speak. Heather hums softly in agreement. Still, you saw something too, didn't you? You did bring me here after all. Nyla cracks a devilish grin. I suppose you're right. I feel that Nyla, as an entity, is the world's most fascinating house fire. That is a good roast. Wow, that is, oh my, okay. This is screenshot, well, no, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen this. I feel like Nyla, as an entity, is the world's most fascinating house fire. I can't say that for a lot of people, but that is still kind of funny, actually. one you just can't look away from. It's an utter catastrophe, horrifying. Everything's burning, and there's at least 3 children in it. And yet you keep watching, probably because it'll kill you too if you take your eyes off it for even a second. I might have lost control of the metaphor there. So is there food here for breakfast? Heather steps up immediately. I bought some food to the house while you slept. Well, on your clock, it's a little bit past breakfast time, and I'd be happy to make you pancakes. Nyla begins to bounce eagerly up and down. Ooh, let me? Absolutely not. Before Nyla can pout or complain, I attempt an alternative. Nyla, You seem like the sort to enjoy games. She pulls off a kind of faked coy expression. Maybe. How about while Heather makes breakfast, you go obtain some games for us to play? Card games, board games, video games, doesn't matter. I'd offer you cash, but you could probably create things like that from thin air. So go down to a game store, see what tickles your fancy, and make a copy up here. How does that sound? Nyla is staring at me with wide eyes. For a moment, she almost seems touched. It's quickly gone, though. It's quickly gone, replaced with a self-satisfied smirk. What? You think an insect like you can beat me at games? Well, won't know until we try. Besides, it'll kill time. No. You're on, termite! You're on, termite! You're on, termite. Oh, I like that. Besides, it'll kill time, no? You're on, termite! And with that, she's gone. Heather looks mildly impressed. Not bad, master. Thanks. Figured it might be worth a shot. I ponder a moment before asking, do you and Nyla eat? We can, but we have no need to. Why ask? Well, it'd be no fun for me to eat alone. Yeah. I was hoping maybe you two could join me at the table. The spirits that haunted my house on Earth did that from time to time, so Heather doesn't question the spirits thing. I'm sure as a god she knows all about that kind of phenomena. Are you sure? Well, only if it's not extra work for you to make extra pancakes. You don't have to worry about that. I am but a servant. It's never any trouble for me if it's for you. That's still going to take some getting used to. Well, if you don't mind, then make some extra pancakes for yourself and Nyla. We both know she'll complain if we leave her out. Heather noticeably bites back a sigh before nodding. Yes, master. Do you know what you're going to do? I'll work that out in a moment. Go on ahead of me. Heather takes a bow before departing for the kitchen. She lays a small pause at the doorway, though. She looks back at me, seeming almost sheepish before giving a small wave of her hand. And just like that, the room is back to normal. No scratches, no toppled furniture, intact lamp, the works. After that, Heather leaves the room. It's still surreal to watch reality get warped in such a way. I don't think I'll ever get used to it. And then again, I've seen many things just as weird and gotten used to them before, so perhaps I'm wrong. I lay down in bed for a bit longer, but eventually I begin to feel a bit like a lump. I just had 2 others, both gods no less, go off to do other tasks for my benefit, and here I am, staring at the ceiling. I should maybe go and help one of them. Which one should I spend time with, though? Heather is nice, but Alright, chat, it's up to you. It's a chat. Okay, this one's going as a chat vote. Alright, this is going as a chat vote. If you want to go pick out some games with Nyla, press 1 or type 1 in the chat. If spend time making pancakes, will Heather put a 2 in the chat. I would love to know what you think we should do, because either one is going to make the other one mad, or probably not make the other one mad, but I want this to be up to you all. I really do. It's not something I want to make a decision on myself. I mean, I guess I can. So I might, well, and let's go do pancakes. Now that scares me. I think Heather is a safer bet. Besides, even if she calls me master, I don't want to take advantage of her helpfulness. Standing up, I head to the kitchen. Alright. I think that was probably a good choice, actually. Because Nyla is a bit too insane, so we're just going to leave that up to her. I don't want to, influence her choices. We might do another run where we choose Nyla's and see what she does. Heather's already getting started, having organized everything on the counter. Hang on. Alright, hang on. Let me go back. Alright, so that was the last one. Measuring cups, pans, ingredients. It's quite organized. Hey, Heather. She glances up and offers a small bow of her head. Shouldn't you try and get more rest? Nah, I feel like a piece of furniture if I didn't try and do something. Mind if I assist? She pauses at the request. I know a few recipes. I won't set the house on fire. And if I make any mistakes, I'm sure it's an easy fix for you. It is alright if you want to help. I was just surprised. Maybe I shouldn't be. She paused. She muses silently for a few moments. Alright. It's time for the... Okay, one. Oh. Oops. Alright, hang on. We're gonna look up, Okay, it's time for another Google search. Muse. A group of... That's not help. A person or personified force who is the source of inspiration. No, I need a more. She muses silently. Be absorbed in thought. Alright, gaze thoughtfully. Now, okay, so it would be between be absorbed in thought and gaze thoughtfully at. So we're gaze thoughtfully at. We're gonna go with gaze thoughtfully at. I mean, it may be absorbed in thought, but who knows what it is. So let's just go on. All right. Of course, Master. Come here. Allow me to teach you. She even sounds happier. I don't know why, but it makes me feel good too. Okay. I'm seeing some awkward thoughts, but okay. We're just gonna go along with it. I moved to the kitchen, and Heather begins to go step by step over the recipe. I copy as best as I can. After a few moments, she steps behind me and wraps her arms around my body. She lightly guides my hands and shows me technique. It's not long before we begin making other foods too, besides just pancakes. We cut up some fruits and vegetables. Heather shows me a proper technique when using a knife. We make some scrambled eggs and omelets too. I'm not one for cooking anything fancy usually, but I find myself having a lot of fun. As we work, Heather is mostly instructive, but as we wait for the pancakes to cool a little. Master, I hope you don't mind if I ask. Ask away, Heather. She gives a soft chuckle, sounding almost nervous. Oh no. You don't mind when I talk, do you? Huh? Why would I mind? No, I didn't get to see that. Does Nyla give you credit for speaking or something? Hang on. Why would I mind? Does Nyla give you crap for speaking or something? If it were only Nyla, I wouldn't have asked. She seems hesitant. Someone important to me used to criticize me whenever I spoke. You really don't mind. Oh, to give you a proper analysis? You're helpful. Your voice is pretty, and even if I didn't think that, you could talk whenever you felt like it. Heather looked startled, then smiles worriedly. Thank you. I'm so glad. Her smile makes me feel warm inside. Okay, this is... Alright. Let's see what happens now. We're going to save before it gets too weird. Yes. Alright. Nyla returns in due time, and at that time we've set the table and finished preparing all the food. Nyla seems taken aback, but she seems almost excited as well. With everyone home, we all sit down to eat breakfast. Pancakes! Pancakes! Whee! Nyla seems shocked though as she sees just how much food is on the table. I'm flattered, Heather! You made so much food for me! Don't be foolish, it's not for you. Hang on. Alright. But we gotta pause real quick. Yeah, pause. Actually, never mind. I would have a story time, but I don't really want to include it in this because it's something from my school and it's not really that personal, but that person probably doesn't want to be on the internet or be known on the internet. So, yeah, thanks to privacy being invented whenever it was. I don't know if it was invented, but it's at least human to, be that way. So how long have we been going for? Good 30 minutes? That's good. Don't be foolish. You know it's not for you. Master joined me, and we made food together. Yeah, I had a good time. I did too. Get a room, you two. No. Nyla, no. I give her a look before taking a seat. Yeah, that'd be a kind of weird thing to say, especially especially when you're about to eat. Nyla hops onto a chair and begins to drag the entire plate of pancakes towards herself. Ah, new scene! Ah! This is cute. Heather pulls out her scythe and under a second, it's against Nyla's throat. She gives an uneasy laugh, pushes the plate back. It takes two for herself. Only once I'm seated and I've gotten myself some pancakes, too, does she put the scythe away. Woohoo! That was a cool scene. I know, I'm loving this, too. This is a good... I'm surprised. And this is only the demo, by the way. This is only the demo, and it's already getting good. It's already getting good. Alright, let's continue on. Heather takes a seat beside me, further away from Nyla. With that, we begin to eat. And it's a relief in a way. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast the day before. That said, it's all so normal. More normal than I'm used to. No spirits, ghosts, shadow people, random vampire break-ins. Then again, I guess my breakfast companions are both gods. That kind of makes up for it. These pancakes are amazing, Heather. Thank you. They're alright. They're alright, I guess. They're alright, I guess. Yeah, I had to do that. Heather's lips twitched slightly, maybe in amusement. I'm sure that's the closet Nyla has ever gotten to compliment for Heather. Once I'm done, I place my fork down. So, about my reason for being here. That immediately grabs both of their attention. Nyla speaks first. Right, we're both going to take out my mom. Yeah, how do I even go about that exactly? There are a few things we need to do to get you prepared. You don't need to think about that right now. If I may make a suggestion, you can consider it more once we've visited the lighthouse. The lighthouse, huh? Heather mentioned that place this morning. Alright, hang on. We're going to turn up and see if there's actually voices. Because I can't. The lighthouse is where gods of lesser strength reside. Some of the more powerful gods are completely incapable of traversing Earth at all. Sometimes they'll communicate with gods on Earth if they really need something, though that's rare. Yeah. Carrie is so fun to play with. I'm sure Sherry would be just as fun for you, don't you think? Nyla gasps dramatically and folds her arms. How dare you! So I have no idea who either of these people are. I decide to interrupt. When am I going to see the lighthouse, though? Well, Master, I was planning on visiting tomorrow on a personal errand. However, if you think you need more time, I do not require you to attend with me. No! Nyla slams her hands on the table, almost knocking her plate off the table in the process. She pouts like a child. I want the pig to kill my mom soon! I love how Nyla just calls the protagonist Bug or any kind of insect name. That's hilarious. That is so funny. Owl is coming with us tomorrow. That's not your choice, Nyla. It's alright, I'll go. Now, shut up and eat your pancakes, Nyla. I swear, she seems like maybe about 5 or 6. Okay, so I'm gonna presume her age, and, I'd say she's maybe about 8 or 9, somewhere in the elementary school grade. She's not quite a toddler, and she's not quite into the 10s yet. She's somewhere in between the 9 and about 5, maybe about 5 to 9 or something. Probably. I'm not sure. That's just my presumption. I don't think we'll ever know Nyla's age, though. Her look is a mix of pleased and annoyed at my words. Still, she does obey. Are you sure, Master? I do not wish to trouble you, even if Nyla does. I smile wearily. I want to see the place. I've seen a lot of weird things, but I've never been to this lighthouse place. I think it'd be kind of exciting. Your positive outlook is inspiring, Master. Alright, we'll go together. I nod and move to finish my food as well. I finish our breakfast, then Heather and I put all the dishes away. I try to convince Nyla to help, but by the time I even think to ask, she's gone off somewhere else. Go figure. Yeah. Who should I spend time with? Nyla or Heather? She's the demon child. She's the actually good one. She's the demon child. She's a good. Or spend time with the good. I decided to check out what Heather is doing. I track her down to the outside of the house through a back door. Oh, wow! She seems to have created a little bubble of a backyard invisible from the front entrance since I checked there and hadn't seen it before. Heather is crouched down off to one side, tending to what appears to be a garden. To my surprise, she seems to have planted seeds and is watering them normally. Hey, Heather. She greets me with the hum, placing the watering can down and standing up, turning to face me. Hang on. Alright. No reason, I was just wondering. Good afternoon, Master. Is there something you need from me? Nah, I was just mostly checking in. Though I'm kind of surprised to see flowers here. I don't grow normally up here, but I've created a pocket in which they can exist. I thought maybe a nice yard might be a place for you to retreat if you need to. Think. If you need to think. She hesitates. I should have asked first. If you don't like it, I could easily scrap the area and make something else. Heather, don't be ridiculous. It's very thoughtful of you. I like it. Thank you for coming up with it. I was surprised you're growing flowers normally. I would have thought you would just conjure them up or something. Heather looks both pleased and a little embarrassed. I live to serve, Master. I'm pleased you like it. I could just conjure up some flowers and be done, but I will admit, perhaps it's more for my benefit. It's more for my benefit. It used to be rather tedious taking care of the house. Now you are here. However, I wish to put my all into it. Still, when there's downtime, I enjoy having extra activities to do. It makes time pass a bit faster. I see. Yeah, I think I can understand that. I approached the side and examined the mix of soft soil and small green stems lightly poking out of the ground. I'm sure there is a slight godly influence at play, but I still find myself rather looking forward to seeing what grows. Hang on. So there is a download link for this game. It should be in the description of this video if y'all want to go download this for yourself and play this. 'Cause I'm honestly glad I have found this. So if y'all want to go play it, definitely do. 'Cause I'm enjoying this, and I think you all might too. I don't know. Y'all might. I hope y'all are enjoying this so far, as well as I am. So let's continue this. No, let's go back one. I'm sure there's a slight godly influence at play, but I still find myself rather looking forward to seeing what grows. I'm no garden expert. I never grew plants in my house for fear I might accidentally grow a man-eating Venus flytrap or something of that ilk. I haven't used that word before. Come to think of it, there is a plant that matches my fears right at the house's Verdana. Still doesn't mean these ones aren't pretty. It does seem like a perfect place to relax. Maybe I could ask Heather to make a pool so I can eat and swim, if the preference hits me. I know how to swim, but I've always refused to enter lakes or oceans. Not since that mermaid tried to drown me. It'd be great to have a safe location to swim for once. A thought occurs to me. Do you swim, Heather? Huh? No, not typically, but I would join you if requested of me, Master. That sounds fun. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Oh, no. No. Oh, no. No. That could escalate quickly. That could escalate too quickly, honestly. Heather picks up the watering can once more and quietly returns to watering the plants, though. I can tell she's keeping an eye on me, too. There's a massive tree in the middle of said field, good for climbing and having branches set up for such a thing. That one was definitely conjured. It's too perfect not to have been. I stare out at it for a little while, my thoughts drifting. I don't think I've ever been quite this off guard at peace. I mean, it makes sense. When you have a life filled with, craziness, peace can feel a bit off sometimes. Even I feel a bit off at peace whenever we don't really do too much in school. It's odd because usually I'm feeling stressed by the time 5th period rolls around. I mean, sometimes, kind of. But it's just sometimes it can feel weird being at peace when life is chaos. honestly can be. And to think, it only took getting abducted by an insane elder god of chaos for it to happen. Go figure. Eventually, I began to walk again and make my way over to the tree. I'm just making sure. I hear Heather put down the watering can, and I slow down so she can join me. Ever make something like this for someone else? No. She hesitates for a moment before adding, not quite like this. Did you have a previous master? This is also met with hesitance, and she gives a small nod. Yes, however, she was not nearly as kind as you. She would regularly scold me over the smallest things, strike me, push me forward, insult me. Oh. I can't relate to this at all, but that could technically be considered like abuse, because even scolding someone over the smallest things, like, I honestly don't know, because I've never done that. I've never really met any parents that have, but I honestly have a big heart for those who have been bullied in school, maybe by their parents. And honestly, I feel really bad for them. And they deserve better than to be scolded over the smallest things, being striked and pushing her around and insulting them. Yeah, I feel bad for anyone who has to go through that. Alright, let's continue. I could hardly imagine what kind of entitled monster would treat Heather in such a way. Let's see. That's awful. I'm sorry. It's quite alright. That is in the past now. I love to serve you now, Master, and that's what I plan to do. I still don't quite understand it, but if it brings her peace and gives her a sense of fulfillment, who am I to take that from her? Just know I'm grateful, okay? Even if I'm still a little confused about being called Master. Would you be preferred to be called something else? Whatever's most comfortable for you is fine, really. She nods, and I reach the edge of the large tree. With a glance back at Heather, I reach up to the first branch and climb up onto it. I glance back and see her removing her yellow cloak. She folds it neatly under the tree before she climbs up after me, watching my feet more than her own. Once we're high up enough for my liking, I take a seat on a comfortable branch. Heather takes the branch before joining me, sitting a little further out to my right. We stay up on the branches until I realize it seems like there's a sun setting. I'm sure it's just a replica and a trick of the light in the bubble Heather has created, and my glance at her confirms it. Still, she's smiling with an almost hopeful expression. I grin and nod, which seems to make her feel relieved. When it begins to get dark, I decide to head inside. I alert Heather, and together we make our way down the tree and head inside. I thank Heather for the time spent, and I move to my room, preparing to go to bed. I get maybe a few hours of rest, closing my eyes and sleeping decently, dreamlessly. When I wake up, though, it's still early, just a little past 1 a.m. It's like adjusting to a new time zone in a way. Pawing lightly at my eyes, I move to the bedroom window. There's almost a chilly breeze near it, though I doubt it's truly wind or air. That would require an atmosphere. Still, it's cold and it doesn't feel too unpleasant. However, when I lean against the windowsill, I see something that catches me off guard. We're meeting another character. Oh my. Alright, let's see what happens now. Alright, we're saving. Okay. A woman in blue and white stands facing away from the window amongst the clouds. She's beautiful, looking composed and a little serious from where I'm standing. I wonder if she's lost. She's facing away from me, but is not walking anywhere. She has a shackle around one leg, and a ball and chain. It's a jarring contrast to the rest of her. Despite knowing it's dangerous, part of me is drawn to her. I couldn't possibly explain why. I stand and move to the front door and go to see her. She's still there when I get outside. I'm hesitant, but I eventually gather the nerve to call out, "Excuse me, are you alright?" Her back straightens up in surprise, and she turns slightly to look at me. Her smile is warm. Something about it is almost familiar, but again, an explanation as to why it eludes me. She turns to face me entirely. Something about her very presence seems mystical. Powerful, even. I know I should be nervous, terrified even. I'm not. Are you lost? A little bit, but that's okay. I find I have a funny way of being where I need to be. Unknown. Right, so we don't know her name yet. But who are you, little child? I must argue that I'm not a child, but I suppose by these elder gods' standards, every human is a child. My name's Owl. What about you? A look of surprise crosses her face, and then one of delight and amusement. I don't think that's the right question for me. That's fine though. You wouldn't happen to have seen a little kitty, have you? A cat? A cat? You know, purple fur, stumpy tail, single eye, mangy little thing. Is she talking about Nyla? Possibly. She's doing alright. She yours? I wonder how dead I'd be if Nyla heard me say that. I wonder how dead I'd be if Nyla heard me say that. Yeah, he would probably be dead by now. The woman in blue just giggles. Not quite. I can talk to her right now. Not quite. I can't talk to her right now, though. Reasons. But I want to make sure she's in good hands. She's a handful, but yeah, she seems happy. She seems happy enough. Then that's all that matters. Oh, thank you, Owl. The woman moves over to me and pulls me into a hug so tight that I'm not fully certain that damage isn't done to my back. When she releases me, I make sure I can still move my legs and that my spine didn't snap during that. Really, it's no problem. She giggles. You'll be okay out here, lost or otherwise. This place is home to me. Don't you worry about me, little one. She pinches my cheek lightly. It takes a lot of willpower not to smack her hand away. Alright. Not because she's doing anything wrong, mind. Just not because she's doing anything wrong, mind. Just instinct. If you insist, I'm sure you're an elder god too, but do you need a drink or food before you go on your way? Oh, you're so cute. I wish I could take you with me. But you have business here, don't you? I can't interfere with that now, can I? Somehow, despite her air-headed tone of voice, there's a knowing twinkle in her eye. Oh, okay, we're getting close. Alright. No, I'll be okay, little owl. I don't need anything more than what I've already gotten. She ruffles my hair in beams. She even leans down and kisses the top of my head. She pulls away after that, though, and in a split second seems to forget I'm even there. I wonder where my feet will take me next. There's always so much to see. That was kind of short. We never even got to know her. Alright. And with that, she has begun walking away. Confused and a bit bewildered, I watch her as she walks away until she is out of sight. What an odd woman. Quite kind, but maybe not entirely there mentally. I'm still a bit confused as I turn and go back inside the house. I have trouble going back to sleep. I sleep poorly, my thoughts confused and troubled. Who is that woman anyway? Something about her seems familiar somehow. But to save my life, I can't pinpoint why or where from. The answer to questions haunt me, but they don't exactly scare me. Like the spirits in my house, the questions are there, and I'm not sure how to deal with it. But I'm familiar with their presence, and it doesn't bother me. She was strange, but calming. And just wishing I'd gotten her name. She knew Nyla. You've unlocked a new trophy. Alright, well, hang on. Hang on. No. Back. Save. Alright. We're going to the menu real quick. We're going to see the achievement we unlocked. A no girl sighting. No blue girl. Who could she possibly be? One way to find out. That is some good art. This game has some great art. Alright, we're gonna go to this one. Alright, I guess I flicker out of consciousness at some point. My first awakening is a false one. I can't move. I'm asleep in my bed back on Earth. These are rats. There are rats in the walls. I can hear them scratching incessantly through hidden passages in the bricks. Nyla is sitting nearby, grinning at me with a malice I've never actually seen in her expression. Still, it's not much of a stretch, but I know the stories that surround that girl. She's silly at times, but possibly the most dangerous being I've encountered. And yet, even in my dreams, she's not a serious figure. Because before the sound of rats becomes overwhelming, it stops abruptly when the woman from last night shows up. She lightly takes the purple book I originally found Nyla in and bonks her on the head with it. Nyla wails once to me, hugs me, and complains, "She's bullying me!" Alright. I wake up shortly after. Heather is sitting silently at my bedside, reading a book. She notices immediately when I awaken, closing the book and setting it aside. "Good morning, Master. We had some leftovers from breakfast yesterday. You should eat before we leave for the lighthouse today." He's a slightly exasperated sigh. Nyla insists on coming along. Of course she would. That's just her. I can't dissuade her, as she has a few friends at the lighthouse. You might meet them. I can't even imagine what kind of friends Nyla would have. They're either just as troublesome as her, or they have the patience of absolute saints. The former is way more likely than the latter. Still, I stand and make my way to the kitchen. Nyla is sitting on the windowsill, but when she sees me, she hops down and bounces over. "Buggy! Hey, coming with us, huh? What's the lighthouse even like?" It's a whole world located in a small pocket on Earth. Typically, lesser gods live there. There's a few odd creatures here and there that aren't gods, too. Creatures you describe as alien-looking and non-human tentacle creatures. I bite my lip as I go to get the leftovers. They won't be drawn to me. They won't be drawn to me? You're not that exciting, dummy. Ignore Nyla. The creatures are more familiar with it. Oddities of varying strength than anything you'd see in any place outside it. Even if you have a penchant to draw inhuman things towards you, the rest of them ominous activity in the lighthouse will more than likely overwhelm your own personal aura. In short, you should be safe from anything that's not godly. By all means, I sure hope so. Everything is set. We're ready to go when you are, Master. I'm a bit uneasy, but with Nyla and especially Heather there, everything should be fine, right? I'm ready to go. Then let's go. Whee! She disappears in a blink. Heather grabs my hand. "Whatever you do, Master, don't let go." And just like that, we blink from the dreamscape and into pure darkness. The pitch blackness isn't there for long, but the pure nothing that is bouncing between realms leaves me numb. The only thing I vaguely feel is the warmth from Heather's hand around mine. I'm not sure I imagine the other feelings. Somehow it transcends physical. It's like moving through thousands of sheets of slightly sticky beads, but I don't really feel that on my skin. It's like it's brushing against the fabric of my being. The world. We're shaving here. Hang on, we're shaving. The world materializes around us so quickly that I'm immediately disoriented. I don't notice that Heather has her arms around me until about 30 seconds after we arrive. She's still holding my hand. Nyla is laughing at me, but her voice sounds way too loud to my ears. I'm dizzy. Heather's arms are the only thing keeping me from collapsing to a heap on the floor. How long did that take? It didn't feel long, but somehow it felt like days. It takes me a little bit of time, but eventually I'm back on my feet. I take a few unsteady steps before Heather is letting go of me. Oh, so wow, that's actually kind of beautiful. The sunset's actually kind of beautiful on this. Alright, now Heather grins at me with amusement. Wait until you feel the trip home. Look, we'll cross that bridge later, please. Nothing like barfing on burning bridges. Did I vomit? I looked at Heather, who shakes her head. You're just a little green. Do you want to sit down before we go anywhere else, Master? Yes, please. Just for a few minutes. It's no problem. None. There's no hurry. Boring! Let's have a seat. Despite Nyla's outburst, we all take a seat on the ground. Do you mind if I ask a few questions? Of course, go ahead. Alright. What is the lighthouse like? Could you tell me what the lighthouse is exactly? Of course! The lighthouse is a secret location on Earth where lesser gods and creatures associated with them live. It's called that because the lighthouse is always the first thing a being sees upon entering this realm. We're sitting next to it right now. Buggy is just stupid, not blind. I've heard some beings need a time for their eyes to adjust to the lighting once the jump is made. Oh, so now they're stupid and blind. So now they're stupid and blind? Heather responds by summoning her scythe and jabbing her harshly in the stomach with the hilt. She wheezes and falls to her side. Maybe I should ask a different question. Who lives here? Earlier, you mentioned other gods and creatures live here. Can I get specifics? Who lives here? Ooh, my friend Carrie does. So does your enemy, Sherry. Why must you remind me of her? Aside from them, to name a few, there's the wolf god Mithra. She lives next to Sherry's woods. They have an agreement not to trespass on each other's land. There's a group of spider people to the east, led by Aletha. Those cursed souls are always hungry, so we won't be going near there. It's too dangerous. See, it actually kind of does sound dangerous. Wait, how long have we been going for? 1 hour and 3 minutes. All right, we're doing good. All right, doing good. I'm not sure if we're anywhere close to the near end of the demo, but they did say about like a 2-hour demo, and it's been about 1 hour, or well, possibly like we might be near the end of the demo. I'm not sure yet. All right. Those cursed souls are always hungry. Alright. There's also a Yeti named Ithaquea. And then in the north, and a cave dweller named Gwen underground near the mountains. The north is too cold for you to survive, and Gwen, you don't want to see Gwen. I don't think I do. That's just to name a couple. Hang on. It's amazing what exists under your nose and you have no idea about, huh? No kidding. Nyla seems disappointed that I agreed and didn't get angry at her. Alright, so who can I expect to meet? Should I be prepared to meet anyone in particular? Carrie is the only guarantee. She's a draconic being of fire and is rather, well, she's friends with Nyla. Should you tell some things about her behavior? Quite a bit, actually. No more questions. As we begin to walk, my breathing returns to normal. My nausea and dizziness ebb away with time. We begin to make our way down the path towards the distant lighthouse. We're about halfway to the lighthouse when Heather pauses on her steps. Nyla just keeps walking, though she looks over her shoulder when I stop too. Something wrong? We're being followed. No, we're not. I knew if we were. Nyla folds her arms. Is that bad? Depends on her mood. I don't have much more time to consider it before I catch sight of a blur of red. Oh! 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 Oh, it's some... Oh! Alright, hang on. I've got to catch up with my mind. I've got to catch up with my thoughts on this. Alright, so we met Nyla, Heather, the unknown blue lady, and we're about to meet this one. So we have one more to meet after. Yeah, this is actually surprising. When my eyes lock on the figure, I'm a little stunned by... Hang on. Let me just go back. This is the first one. I don't have much more time to consider it before I catch sight of a blur of red. Alright. When my eyes lock on the figure, I am a little stunned by her agility and grace. She looks like a forest fire combined with the flare of a pouncing wolf. Just a shame that wolf seems to want to rip off my face. This probably isn't the first time I've felt so close to death, but I think it's the first time I've been this mesmerized by the perpetrator of it. She never quite reaches me. Heather gets between us before the stranger can land her pounce on top of me. She grabs her and flings her towards Nyla. The girl redirects her energy and lands in all fours, skidding across the sand, stopping just at Nyla's feet. She quickly pulls herself to her feet, straightening her back and running a hand through her hair. Nyla is grinning. She definitely knew that this girl was here and lied about it. They must be friends. Heather confirms my thoughts. Carrie, I figured as much. So, one of you two get a new pet? Or, okay, so this is Carrie. Wow. Alright. Heather just adopted a roach she found in the house. Carrie, this person is not a roach. This person is my master. Oh. The redhead Carrie looks a bit surprised, then just grins. Well, I'll be. You've been looking for them since we met. I guess that's why you won't let me play with them. You tend to break everything you play with, Carrie. Heather doesn't quite look as annoyed or hateful of Carrie as she does by Nyla, but still, she didn't look gratified. Thrilled. I didn't mean to say ratified. Thrilled, I suppose, but I could try being gentle, you know. No. Master or otherwise, you've never been fun. I guess I shouldn't have expected that to change. She shrugs and turns to Nyla. Thanks for covering me, by the way. No problem! These two together seems like trouble at its finest. I agree with his thoughts, I guess. Heather rolls her eyes. I I have business at the lighthouse, and I hardly trust you two to watch over my master. Master Al, this way. Well, I'm bored, so I'm just going to tag along. Nyla sees excited and hugs Carrie's arm. Carrie grins in a way I can only describe as CKY. I'm not saying that word. I'm just gonna say CKY. Key, blah, 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 I don't know. Still, she looks over at me with a critical eye after a moment. Hold on. Alright. She didn't say anything, but it's pretty obvious that she thinks little of me. I hold her gaze for a few seconds before turning to Heather and moving to walk with her. Nyla and Corey back us up. They chatter a little as they walk about things I don't really understand or care about. Still, Carrie and Nyla border on competitive with each other, even in speech. When we're closer, Carrie challenges Nyla to a foot race. Hang on, I'm going to save. Alright, so still 4 viewers, 1 like so far. Yes. I'm sorry I didn't see that until like 20 minutes later. Or, they're both off before either Heather and I can comment. Heather is as stone-faced as ever, but I can sense a wave of annoyance emanating from her. Those two seem exhausting. I agree. I would be exhausted if I was with those two. I was going to say like a handful, but I suppose that's the same thing. She's not one to interrupt me usually, so I can tell she's tense. I put my hand on her shoulder. She looks at me and manages the smallest of smiles. It's truly wonderful to have you here, Master. It's wonderful to be here with you. Okay. We reached the lighthouse after Carrie wins the race. Alright, we're saving. We're not quitting until we get to the end of this. We reached the lighthouse after Carrie wins the race. It's no surprise to anyone. Well, no surprise to anyone but Nyla, who complains. No fair! Why are you so fast? She's taller than Nyla. She's bound to have an edge. Don't blame it on my height, human. It's just more fit. I'm just more fit than Nyla. I spend more time outside roaming around. I might have an edge in games, but when it comes to physical activity, I'm truly better. I can see that, actually. Nyla pouts. So Nyla's crazy brains and your dumb muscle. I suppose I can see it. Nyla bursts out laughing, and Heather quietly covers her mouth with her hand and looks away to mask her amusement. Carrie's not impressed. In fact, I think I've offended her. And where does that leave you, human? I paused at her tone, raising an eyebrow. I mean, I don't have anything to do with it. What are you? Exactly. You have nothing to do with this. You're like a human. You're worth nothing in the eyes of us gods. Hang on. Did Stream just crash? Wait. Is the internet gone? Is the internet gone? It's not on my laptop. Alright. Exactly. You have nothing to do with this. Hang on. Is the stream... Okay, it looks like the stream's back. I thought it was, dead for a second. I thought the internet had just crashed, but, okay. Alright. Alright, let me check. Let me reload my phone. Hang on, everyone. Hang on. I apologize for the... I might have to use cellular. I don't know. Thing is, I can't really read it, so... I can, Wi-Fi, I don't know what's going on with my phone. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Hang on, everyone. Technical difficulties with reading chat. Well, I think I can get it back. Alright. Exactly. You have nothing to do with this. You're like a human. You're worth nothing in the eyes of us gods. It's probably true, but geez. Was she really that offended? And what the heck does she mean, like a human? Now, why is this thing even here? It's not like you to bring an answer to a gathering of gods. Even Nyla seems a bit surprised at her aggression. This one's a little different, Carrie. Can't you tell? Not really. I don't think it really knows its place. Besides, plants have differently shaped leaves, but they're still leaves in the end. Look a little closer, Carrie. Nyla's grin has turned a little wicked. You know how ladybugs and lady beetles look similar but have different aspects to them? I don't really get what you're going on about, but go on anyway. Look closely, Carrie. Ladybugs are docile. Lady beetles bite. Nyla grabs my arm, then Carrie's arm, then promptly pushes us together. Both of us look a little startled. We exchange a look, and if my expression matches hers, we're both kind of displeased being in such close proximity. Still, she signs it without really asking, grabs my hair and begins examining my face, turning my head this way and that. Ow! Hey! Let me just check. I'm sorry, I'm having to do this because my phone is for some reason going off, so yeah, I guess I'll just have to do this. And it works, so alright. Heather doesn't look pleased, but she doesn't intervene, so I guess I'm going to be okay. Carrie pauses as we lock eyes, and she stares with a pensive expression for a long while. After a moment, she releases a soft, sharp laugh and lets me go. Hang on. Okay. Where do you find these things, Nyla? I rubbed at the skin that was pulled on during that process. Honestly, I kind of found her. She was in a book in my library. Is that so? She still seems a little disdainful. I don't know what that word is, but it's the difference between being nothing and being something unpleasant. Nyla seems content though, so yay. You two idiots are done. Heather finally cuts in, her expression serious. I had business here. You're being disruptive. Nyla opens her mouth, but Carrie speaks first. Yeah, let's head inside, shall we? Honestly, no. The whole conversation has left my mood sour. I have questions again regarding what they were talking about, and I know they wouldn't give me a straight answer if I asked. Plus, I don't like Carrie. Somehow, I find her even less pleasant than I found Nyla when we first met. That does make sense. I used to condensation from the weird creatures around me, but something about her especially rubs me the wrong way. I'm sure I might get used to her if I spent time around her like Nyla. But right now, I need to lose this bitter taste in my mouth. I'd like to be alone. Is it okay if I stay outside, Heather? You three go ahead. Heather glances at me, surprised at first, but saying to understand quickly. Nyla doesn't quite seem to understand. Carrie doesn't seem to really care one way or another. Very well. Stay on here until we return. I'm always connected to you, Master, so don't worry about being in danger. If anything comes too close to you, I will be back in an instant. Thanks, Heather. With that, the trio heads into the lighthouse. I watched them disappear before going to sit at the foot of the lighthouse. What the heck was Nyla even talking about back there? Now for the first time, I wonder why I draw weirdness to me like this. Something about it has brought me here. It's more pleasant than the rest of my life experiences, but it still leaves just as many unanswered questions for me as it always does. And this time, I'm not bored with it. It has been some time since I've felt any emotional attachment to a situation or to anything I've run into. It's exciting and even kind of fun, but it brings all the old negative feelings back with it too. I'm so used to not feeling them that I'm not sure what to do with them now that they're back. I grow restless, deciding to go down the hill and walk by the water. Alright, I think this might be a good time to save and, because I need to go charge my laptop and this has been good so far. So I think I'm going to pause here. We're going to stop streaming. I'm going to go eat supper, possibly do some other stuff, and then I might come back later. But I really hope you have enjoyed this. This has been one of the probably really cool games I think I've played in quite a while. I'm not one to be into visual novels, but after this, I know what we are playing. Once the full game comes out, I am definitely getting it, and we are playing through all of it. It might be a multi-hour stream. It might be during sometime in the summer. I'm not sure yet, but I mean, we'll cross that bridge when it gets there, because I am definitely getting the full game when it comes out. This has been a great demo so far, and I'm honestly really excited for this. It has been. This is even more impressive, but I am excited to play through Doki Doki. I have yet to do that, and I would love to do that with you all. So, if you all have enjoyed this stream, then please do leave a like, go comment down, go download this game, and maybe subscribe. And I will see you all in the next stream.